President Joe Biden with his first formal news conference since his debate with Donald Trump. It comes as more congressional Democrats call on him to step down. And there's one key moment. It came at the very end of the presser when Biden was asked about a possible last-minute switch at the Democratic National Convention. So take a listen.
Your convention is coming up where your delegates are pledged to make you the official nominee. If they have second thoughts, are they free to vote their conscience?
Obviously, they're free to do whatever they want. Tomorrow, if all of a sudden I show up at the convention, everybody says, we want somebody else, that's the democratic process. It's not going to happen. I'm in this to complete the job I started. That I think I'm the most qualified person to run for president. I beat him once, and I will beat him again.
All right, that statement coming late this afternoon. I'm joined now live by one of those delegates, Alameda County Democratic Party Chair and Berkeley City Council member, Igor Tregub. Igor, thank you for joining us. Appreciate that. You are one of the delegates. Let's talk about where things stand for you right now when it comes to the Democratic Convention coming up in August.
Thank you so much for having me.
So, you heard the president speak this afternoon. Your thoughts, and how does that change or keep things the same for you as you attend the Democratic Convention?
Well, look, I am pledged to Biden, and I know that there are conversations that are happening at the highest levels, and this decision is going to be made among family and friends. I am pledged to Biden. I am committed to continuing on with my pledge. And I am, as a native of Ukraine, who understands that yet again, there is a stark contrast on the ballot this year between moving forward and backward, moving towards democracy and moving towards authoritarianism, that I will invest 120% of my time to elect the Democratic ticket.
Okay, we know where you stand then. Now, let's keep in mind, though, it was an hour-long press conference. There was at least one gaffe, as other times the president seemed to lose some track of his thoughts. So let's all take a listen to that right now.
I wouldn't have picked Vice President Trump to be vice president, but I think she was not qualified. I was told not to go over to Europe, to Asia, including Europe, but Asia. It's the same, it's what Russia's trying to figure out.
Okay, some of the comments there. So, Igor, do things like that concern you? Some of those gaffes we continue to hear and the stumbles. Where do you stand on that? What are your thoughts on that?
Look, this is not the performance that I had hoped for, but it's important to look at the totality of circumstances, look at everything that this administration has accomplished over the past 4 years. And I agree with the administration that this November is going to be a binary choice. It's going to be a choice between an administration that came in during a dark time in our country's history and was able to create hundreds of thousands, if not millions, of jobs, to be able to bring so many families out of poverty, to be able to save lives through their investment in a system of care. And someone who had a chance for 4 years. And you know what they did? They doubled down on xenophobia. They doubled down on hate. So, yes.
Okay.
I wish that.
Yeah, got you on that. I have one more thing to have you all listen to. Biden spent much of his time listing off what he sees as his big accomplishments, both here and at home and in foreign policy. So let's take a listen to that particular interview as well.
I'm not in this for my legacy. I'm in this to complete the job I started. What are you hearing now from mainstream economists? 16 economic Nobel laureates said I've done a hell of a job. That under my plans so far and what's going to happen in the future if I'm reelected, that things are going to get much better.
All right, so Igor, we know where you stand, but is that effective enough for the other Democratic delegates? What do you believe?
I guess we are going to find out at the convention. There are valid opinions. There are concerns that I have heard, and I understand that these are legitimate concerns that need to be discussed within our Democratic big tent. But for every concern, I have also heard from other colleagues of mine who are committed to electing this ticket, who understand that doing anything other than this close to the election would have circumstances that would make the Democratic Party worse off. And so I remain committed to doing everything in my power. I will put 120% of my time and energy into electing the Democratic ticket this November.
All right, Igor Tregub, Berkeley City Council member, Democratic Party chair there as well. Thank you so much for your time.